Welcome back to RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2018, brought to you by Redcon One. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is our 2018 Miss International Miss Women's Physique champion, and she's got to be one of the title contenders for the Olympia coming up in less than 4 weeks now. The woman I'm talking about is Shanique Grant.
Hey guys.
Hey. You look good. You look like you're ready to go do a modeling gig or something like that.
Thank you so much. I feel good.
You're always like perfectly groomed whenever I talk to you. Very makeup, manicured hair. I love it.
Thank you. It's just, women's physique, a lot of people have those insights on how we are like a little more similar to men. So it's just nice to keep yourself with the girly side, when you have all this muscle. So I like to keep myself well kept.
Yeah, well, you know what the funny thing is? You have, when you see you on stage, you have this like crazy looking physique, but in clothes, you look like you could be a bikini competitor, for all I know. You don't look huge. You wear the physique, your physique is very, I guess you could say, you can definitely take it for granted.
Thank you.
Yeah. No pun intended with your last name, of course. Now, you got a new nickname now. Last time we talked to you, you were the future. Now you're the present. What's going on?
I like that. I like the transition. Like the 2018 Miss International title that I won was the most amazing feeling when I heard my name first place, and I was like, okay, this is it. The Arnold is second from the Olympia. You have to have like confidence in yourself. A lot of people will see it as cockiness, of course, but you have to be that person to believe in yourself before anybody else does. So when I thought about the future, I'm like, okay, the future, past 2 years, I haven't made it to Olympia. So this year, it's game on. I'm the future. I'm ready to get on stage in 23 days. Right. And that's the way it was.
So where did the present come from? So now you're the present. Is that the?
Yeah, I thought about that name just with the fact that the look for physique is changing, and the past few years, I've won really tough titles. Like I only like to get into, hard shows to see where I stand.
Right.
And after the Arnold, it was just like, okay, this is serious. I've worked really hard the past few years, so let's see how it goes with the Olympia. Let me change my name a little bit. The present, there's the gift. So I was like, okay, there's the gift. The present, it's similar, but it's not really copying him. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, so I mistook it. You're saying you're the present, like you're a gift to the sport. I actually thought you meant you're the no, as you were the future. Now you're the present, because the present is when you're actually competing now and you're actually ready to win the title. So that's how I interpreted it. So there's actually like a double entendre there,
Right. People interpret it both ways. I see it both ways.
It's an ambiguous title, which is good because it can fit both I guess you could say avenues, so to speak. Now, let's talk about the Olympia, because you've had bad luck the last 2 years. I don't want to jinx you. I'm not saying this to jinx you, but you had bad luck. You didn't make it to the Olympia the last 2 years in a row, and this year you seem to be everything's firing. All the engines are firing, 100% right now.
I feel great.
Do you feel good? I mean, do you feel like this is your year?
I finally got I got everything in order. Like I finally got my own place. I'm surrounded by so much love. I have great support from my friend, my family, my significant other, my sponsors, and it just feels great, and the fans, of course, they mean the most.
Right. Now what's going on with your eye? Because, the last time we spoke, you had some eye problems. I know you had to really, rest your eye, and I see you're wearing glasses now. What's the status of that?
Well, it's been actually, like in 2 days, it'll be a year since I had my retinal detachment surgery.
Right.
And about a month ago, I switched over to a new prescription. And my ophthalmologist just wants me to get used to that prescription before I do put contacts in my eye, because my eye is still very sensitive.
Right.
It takes over about a year and a half to 2 years to really heal.
Wow.
But I do have another appointment for contact sizing. So hopefully I do get to wear them on stage. But overall, my eye is perfect. It's great. I feel good. Yeah.
You're so you're so good looking. It doesn't even matter. The glasses are fine. I mean, although on stage you don't really want to wear glasses, I guess, because they're
Yeah,
kind of
no. I like the
distracting.
makeup, a distraction from all that stuff, and
If you
it's
have to
like
wear glasses, maybe you can get some like cool sunglasses made or something like that. You can look
that'd be
like a
cool.
Terminator or something like that, on stage.
Yeah. Oh
Now,
man.
now, what's your mindset? Going into the show, the title's being vacated. Juliana's not competing. It's up for grabs, which obviously definitely bodes well for you because now you're not competing against a former Olympia champ. You're competing against no one. You're competing against everyone else is on kind of even playing ground. Does that make you feel a little better about going in there and if you're best that you can win that title without any politics involved?
I like I had mentioned before, I like a challenge, and just like I think it's it's just like competing against Phil Heath, like the other competitors competing against Phil Heath. You wanna compete against the top, the reigning champ, the person who's been winning consecutive years, and that's more of a accomplishment to be like, okay, I beat the
Sure.
champ, and that makes you feel better. But it did upset me that she had retired or just dropped out of the Olympia. But hey, everybody has their own paths, and she did a killing for 4 years.
Yeah.
So things change in the physique division physically, and I think a lot of people notice that. So I'm just excited to see how it turns out.
Do you think that your win at the Arnold had anything to do with her decision to retire early?
Um, I just think like bodybuilding is intense. It's more intense than the other sport. We're constantly leveling up in physiques, but obviously staying in the same criteria that we want for that division. And she had mentioned that it was just too much, and I just feel like this is obviously it's always going to be too much. You just gotta hey, put on your game face and get it done. It's hard. Like I've been starving all day. Like I haven't had any carbs all day. And it just gets harder and harder as soon as you get close to your show. 2 weeks out, you're just like dead. But you got to be in the game. Your mindset has to be there too. And sometimes that happens with athletes. Their mindsets don't continue as much as they want to. Their mindsets just can't go to that next level. So I completely understand where she's coming from. No need to talk negatively, but I understand where she's coming from, 100%.
I got news for you. If I was if I was the champ and you were nipping at my heels, I'd retire too. I got news for you because
But you never know. Hey, you just gotta push it
that's
harder.
true. With your track record of not making it to the stage, she might have been better off pushing one more year. See if you didn't make it there. But no, I understand. You know what it is? Juliana's been around a long time and she's got nothing to prove anymore. I think it's a good move, to be honest with you, because you might as well retire while you're on top at this point. I know she wants to maybe have a family, so there's really nothing left for her to actually prove, at this point. And why even risk losing the last time out? I don't know if that was her motivation or not, but I'm just saying you are the first serious threat to her throne, I believe, this year. And she got out before she lost, so she's undefeated.
Hey, that's all her choice. Good for her.
Let's talk about you, though, for a minute, Shanique. I thought you looked great at the Arnold. Okay.
Thank you.
What was the critique you got from the judges, and what have you worked on over these last 8 months or so in getting ready for the Olympia?
Overall, just balance. My biceps and triceps have always been like a weak point because my shoulders just take over everything.
Right.
So I've been working on my arms a lot, calves. Of course, your waist can always get smaller and more back density, of course.
I don't think your waist can get any smaller, Shanique, to be honest with you.
But overall, they wanted me to get more back density, and I've been working on that a lot. More lower back movements in the morning, and just making sure everything is perfectly balanced. That's what physique is. That we're the top division at the Olympia, so it's all about balance, just like men's bodybuilding.
Yeah. Now you got a lot of muscle in your body, and it flows really well. But you're also you've got a lot of glam going on. You're really into the glamour aspect of the sport. I mean, you completely go the opposite direction of a lot of these women physique competitors that we've seen over the last couple of years. You've taken the sport to another a level. You come off as a supermodel with muscles, Is that just something that you're into personally, or do you think it's important to portray that as the top tier of the sport, so to speak?
I feel like it's really good to keep your femininity, especially in such a higher division where you carry so much lean muscle. And it's just, people have their, like, I see so many comments. I see a lot of people commenting about the physique division. And, there's a lot of women who just don't carry themselves properly and it makes us look bad. So I really, my goal is just to be that person who shows everyone that, hey, physique girls can be pretty. We could be just like bikini girls who are, mainly the mainstream. We can be mainstream. We have the face, the bodies, the feminine side to be, just like any other mainstream fitness model in the industry. And that's what I like.
Let me ask you this question, because and that was a very good answer. I think it is, you're doing a service to the sport to come off as a professional all the time. I bet people would be very, very surprised. What is your body weight on stage?
My body weight last show was 152.
Oh, you are that heavy. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Okay, so you're a little on the taller side. A lot of these women's physique girls are pretty short, and
Yeah.
I think height comes in and plays a big advantage to you in particular. Corey Everson had that same advantage over these girls on stage. She was always taller than everyone else, and it just, your eyes go to the taller competitors sometimes.
More flowing, I'd say.
Who would you say is let's analyze. I know we're supposed to only focus on ourselves, but no one ever does, and we know that. Who do you like in the division? Take yourself out of the equation for a minute. What do you think are like the top 3 girls that you find, hey, that they have really good physiques and they're going to be a challenge to me?
Let's see. In the physique division, I'd say.
Do you like Natalia Coelho?
Natalia is great. She's amazing. She has the crazy V taper.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be us two, just like at the Arnold. Just all I see is just us two being singled out, just like they had Kai Green and Phil Heath singled out.
That would be a nice battle.
That's how it was at the Arnold, and I'm 100% sure it's gonna be like that at Olympia.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm excited. This is one of the first years that I'm actually really excited about women's physique, or women's bodybuilding for that matter, because this is like the old days of the Linda Murray, Laura Craval, as you said, the Candice Lewis, Latoya Watts,
Right.
Those type of battles where it's so close and there's a vacated title. There's a lot of excitement in women's physique.
Right.
I just want to wish you the best of luck with the rest of your prep. Stay out of trouble. Stay safe. And hopefully we're going to see you in Vegas and up on that stage.
Absolutely. I will be there.
All right. I just want to give one plug. You have a new T-shirt line coming out. What is that called, and where can people get those?
Project AD, it's going to be sold through my sponsor, Project AD, projectad.me. It's going to have my silhouette, the signature pose of the Superwoman pose.
Right.
It's going to have the future on the bottom of the silhouette, and the present on the bottom, and then the future is now on the back, and those will be sold at the Olympia as well.
Okay, so are you going to have those at a booth there or something?
Yeah, it's going to be at the Project AD booth as well.
All right. Well, I look forward to maybe getting one of those T-shirts and wearing it on my TV show so I could show support. Is it women's or is it men's and women's?
Men's and women's, yes.
Okay, that's good. I would hate to have to wear a women's shirt. I would look pretty
crop
silly.
top.
All right, Shanique, thanks so much. And that's going to take us to the end of another episode of RX Muscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2018, brought to you by Redcon One. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.